So you go to prison in 1992. That's when, boy, the 90s was like anywhere you are in the United States, the 90s was like the best years and the worst years. Like,
yeah.
So you go in there on a murder sentence. You said you went to Varner.
Mm-hmm.
How was it going in there and being in there for the first, walking in there? Because you probably, obviously, you did some time in the county.
Yeah.
How long you do in the county?
I was in the county from August of 92 to January, February, March, April, till around about March or April of 93. That's when I first went down to Varner.
Mm-hmm.
I did about 3 to 4 months on that secondary battery and assault charge.
Okay.
For the $15,000 fine.
So did they run any of that stuff concurrent? Like they just
No, shit, I had to do that. They gave me the time that I did in the county waiting on the murder charge. They applied that to the battery and aggravated assault charge, and then I went down and did like 3 months. Then once I completed that, I went back to the county.
Okay.
Because on the murder charge. But I had to do that 3 to 4 months on at Varner, bro. That was
so you get to Varner.
That was an eye opener.
When you get there, what was your first day like up in there?
Okay, at that time, I was like 6'2", 6'3", like 140 some pounds.
Mm-hmm.
I was risking long hair. Hair reached down to there. It was braided up and everything. I remember we were in the hallway by the laundry, and this one dude looked like, his name was Blackman. When I say this nigga looked like a monkey. But this was all young. We were all young at this prison.
Yeah.
I don't think there was some older dudes there.
Yeah.
But for the most, everybody was young.
Yeah.
So dude come down the hallway and he was just looking at everybody. And back then, women didn't work in the prison around the men at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Women were like in master control, in the control tower, in the control center.
Yeah.
And up front and in the tower.
Yeah.
So it was a number of men back there,
mm-hmm.
the officers. So everything was going on: gambling, homosexuality, fighting, everything. Right. Bro, it was like this, just a prime example. If me and this dude here is in a relationship,
mm-hmm.
every officer know.
Right. That's just the nature of it.
Yeah. It's like, this your husband, this your wife. Right. Okay, we already know.
Mm-hmm.
If they see me down the hallway
mm-hmm.
doing something that I ain't got no business,
mm-hmm.
if I'm down in another barracks and I'm down there and I get caught doing something else, they gonna come and get me. They gonna march me down the hallway, open the barracks, walk me in there, and wake my partner up and say, I just caught your girl down there or your whatever down there doing this.
Right.
What? He jump up. Blow, blow, blow.
Yeah.
Officer just turn and walk out the barracks.
Really?
That's a domestic dispute. I ain't getting in that. You should have had your ass down there. He ain't gonna kill you.
Yeah.
But you gonna get ass whooping.
Yeah.
But looking back now, and I know this is gonna be just at the whole, when I tell you the whole totality of the prison system, that was some of the best times of my life.
Really? Is it from the cause I watch a couple of guys who do YouTube and they tell their prison stories. I think you should do that. Dude's making a lot. They making money. This is dude named Bill Feezy. He did 9 years in Georgia. And he done blew up just telling his stories, and he get on there 2-3 times and just tell this story. And he said it's therapeutic to him for one.
It can be. It can be.
And I learned a lot about being in there just from listening to what he, and it's like, dang, it's crazy. It's a whole nother world. And he said it. He was like, it's weird that I'm gonna say this, but I had some of my best times in there. Cause he was like, it's crazy. But he was like, I find myself just hanging out with my boys one time. We joking and having fun. You in prison. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that was kind of, I was like, dang, what does he mean? And he explained, I was like, okay.
I grew up in there. Now, don't get me wrong. When I say, and I want people to understand, when I say I had some of my best times in there, no matter where you're at, you got to make the best of it.
Right.
You can't go in there knowing you got to serve 10 or more years and just mope around all day, every day. Your time is going to go by extremely slow and you're going to lose your freaking mind. Mm-hmm. But you got to run around there and you got to kick it. You got to laugh. You got to have fun. You got to drink. You got to smoke. You got to do everything you can do to keep your sane mind and just keep it going. Now, what works for one or some don't work for all.
Right.
But when I tell you the stories that I could tell you about some of the stuff that we did in there when we got drunk, when we got high, when we kicked it, when we had Christmas of 1996, when I tell you, bro, Christmas of 1996 at Riceville was off the chain for us in 13 Barracks.
For the inmates. We talking
for the inmates. For the inmates.
What? Okay, I want to hear that.